Yes, yes. So we are live. I'm here with my new friend Phil. How you doing, Phil?
I'm doing okay again. I
I
mean,
like your I like
we've
your
already been through this.
I like you're still okay after
Yeah, yeah.
after the introductions, the
After
hellos.
3 minutes ago, when we went
Yeah.
through this.
So I love your branding. I mean, it's I think I should make it mandatory for all my guests to have the
Yeah,
CVS branding.
when I got my second booster shot, they gave me this
You're
branding
kidding,
as a
right?
permanent.
You're
No,
kidding.
I mean,
I'm going to be saying that a lot today. You're kidding, right? You're kidding, right?
me and my boosters. I mean, they're in my will now.
So I should have worn my no vaccines shirt, but you never joke about my hair or my fashion or anything. I mean, with all the jokes you made, I thought you would have said something.
No,
But
I like the hair and
okay,
fashion. I like everything.
thank you very much. So yeah, great to meet you. Finally, I've seen you around. In the live chat, in the
In the
comments.
blogosphere,
Yes, and you're very funny. And I'm guessing you're Catholic, but you'll tell us the story, walk us through the journey, and tell us what's going
I
on.
don't have a story.
Just a guy, just some guy.
I'm just some dude.
Well, we don't have to talk about your journey if you don't want to, or we could just chit chat about the.
Sure. Um, well, I mean, I was born on a pirate ship.
Say it like this.
You got to hold your tongue.
I was born on a pirate ship. This makes it sound like something else. Anyway,
If you hold your tongue and say it.
is that how you do it down there?
Yeah, back in the day.
We used to do it like this. So,
Album on politics.
so yeah, you were born a long time ago. How old are you?
I'm younger than you, actually.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're 70, I'm 77.
I'm 53, born in 70. Oh, you okay? You're born in 77?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were trying to make a joke that I'm 70 years old. Okay,
Well,
yeah, okay, got you. So, and you're down in the States. You already told me you're in Massachusetts.
yeah, Cambridge, Massachusetts.
Cool. And are you public with where you work? Do you tell people where you work?
No,
No, top secret. What do you do there?
I don't know. I don't do anything.
No, okay. Are you a professor or
No.
no? Okay.
I'm a professor of David Ross.
Ah, yeah. So, do you want to talk? Do you want to tell us about yourself? Are you Catholic? Do you want to tell us at least that much, or
I don't know if I can. I mean,
top secret?
yeah.
Sensitive stuff, or you just want to talk about some of the content that you've been studying, reviewing?
You could. I was born in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Okay. You have some native blood?
And I don't know. I haven't done like the DNA thing,
You
you
definitely
know.
got Latino blood, though?
I don't know.
No?
With a name like Gonzalez, who knows,
Yeah. You never did the genealogy, the
DNA, whatever. Never
DNA?
did it. No.
No? Okay. I'm like, as you know, as you could gather, I'm English, Irish, Scottish, Welsh.
Me
Very,
too.
very diverse, diverse gene pool.
I'm sure at least a little bit.
So, born in Albuquerque, New Mexico, is that what you said?
Right? I was baptized Catholic March 13th.
No way.
Saint Euphrasia of Constantinople's feast day. And there was a new bishop at the time, and there was a special dispensation that anyone who was like 3 years or younger would get a confirmation. So on December 11th, I was confirmed on Pope Saint Damasus is the first feast day.
Wow.
And he's the guy who told Saint Jerome to, translate the Bible into Latin.
Cool.
Yeah.
He was quite a character, St. Jerome.
Yeah, I like him.
Edgy.
I like all the saints.
Yeah, colorful crew. Was your family pretty devout, like your mom,
No,
or no?
my father went to Vietnam, and then uh, he went to Alaska, and he married my mother in Kodiak, Alaska. She's a Baptist,
Wow.
and pretty much married her. He was 17 at the time, on the way back home because he was called home because his like grandfather passed away, and she pretty much grew up as part of the family there. But she's Irish. She was from Kentucky, like in that region. But and
Cool.
I don't know what else to tell
How
you
many
about it.
siblings do you have?
I have one brother, one sister. I'm the youngest.
And everyone's pretty much on the same page with their Catholicism, or
No, when I was well, my mother, my father was never really Catholic or anything, but when I was 7, we became Jehovah's Witnesses.
yeah, it's kind of an important detail, yeah.
Yeah, 84. And that was the last year that they actually baptized people in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. After
Oh,
that,
no
it's
way.
yeah.
Oh.
After that, it was in the name of the Father and the Son and the Spirit directed organization. Huh?
Have I ever interviewed a Jehovah's Witness? You'd know better than I would.
I haven't seen any.
No, I can't recall ever having met interviewed one.
I kept looking for one.
Yeah. Uh I wonder if they would be open to it, or if they're a little bit too skittish.
Who?
The Jehovah's Witnesses.
No, they won't.
They won't, huh? That's probably why. I had a really hard time getting Mormons to come on.
Really?
But
Because
now
I've seen about
I know,
18
I
billion.
know, I know. Well, now suddenly now I've got a bunch of them, and now it's like kind of like that's sort of my pet peeve is the LDS worldview. It just annoys me. But did you watch
I
the
know it
guy
does.
today? Did you watch the
Absolutely.
guy today?
I did, and it was like strange because like he's like all conspiracy theory about it. I'm like, dude, man, the whole thing is bad. Like,
Yeah,
come on.
yeah, yeah. Open your eyes, man.
I mean, no offense.
No offense, no offense. Yeah, and he admitted that he's ignorant about what God is, and so like I give him a pass on that. But a lot of people just go with what they were raised with, and they don't think about they don't think too deeply, about ultimate reality. So
I mean, I've been there, so it's hard for me to judge.
yeah, for sure. But some interesting people, some very interesting guests that I've interviewed, and I'm building like a little library, like an archive
I know.
for
It's
that.
great.
It's like
I love it. I love like I'm having a blast listening to everyone just because it's like anyone and everyone.
yeah. Anyone catch you off
And
guard, surprise you, like didn't see that
well,
coming?
like sometimes like you'll be like interviewing like a Catholic or something, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, we reincarnation," or they'll be like,
Women's ordination.
"Yeah, that one was like she's so nice." Yeah,
You
step
said you
away
said backing
slowly.
away slowly. Yeah, yeah.
Mary was the first priestess. Like, okay, well, I'm gonna get out of here right now.
Well, that's one of the main benefits of having done this podcast is that it's opened my eyes to just
I
how
love
messy it is, how
I
messy it
like
is.
your face, the way you like you try and like stay straight. Like when all of a sudden you get that curveball and you're just like, "Hmm,
I need the thought bubble. I need you to do an edit on all my interviews where you got my thought bubble. David's thinking this, like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh.
you've seen that like gif where it's like the different equation, the girl's gonna, I don't know, it's gonna,
I've been stumped a few times. I've been stumped. Like, I mean,
yeah, I know.
there was one deacon that came on and he's talking about pro-choice and pro-choice and pro-choice. I'm like, what?
Absolutely. And you were like, you were taking him wrong, I think.
Yeah,
And I saw that one.
yeah.
You're like,
Oh,
so how can you be pro-choice and all this other thing? And then in the end, you're like, oh, no, 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 you're against all of it. Okay. Like, you're just there for them if they're made that choice. Okay. So it's like a click moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
But I think
still
you were
I
just,
was still turned off though. Like I mean, I had bad chemistry with him just because I'm a little bit suspicious. Anyone that's in the any part of the hierarchy, I'm just a little bit suspicious, and I
oh,
have
yeah.
I have reverence and respect, but there's also part of me that's thinking about the is this guy a wolf in sheep's clothing or not? I'm like, and I've met some pretty dodgy priests here in Montreal.
I mean, I told you at the beginning of this interview, there's two things you can't ask me, whether I'm homosexual or whether I'm Orthodox. And you can ask me that.
Oh yeah, so did you watch the Father James Martin
I
interview?
didn't. I haven't done it yet. Like
Oh.
I was watching backwards, and I got to a point, and I saw like some of my friends, like Angela Erickson and Jeremiah Bannister, obviously, who you put Jeremiah right.
What?
Like what?
What? Did I?
When Angela Erickson was talking about Jeremiah Bannister on your like show notes, you have Jeremiah White.
Oh, did I say that? Oops. I should fix that.
No, you have. I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? I know Jeremiah doesn't care.
Uh, so that's cool. Do you also know
Anthony,
Hallelujah or whoever?
of course, yeah, Haley, she's awesome.
Cool. I keep bugging her to come on, but she said, no, I'm too busy with the kids, whatever.
Yeah, she's got things to do. She's got kids to make and things.
Who is the Anthony, the guy from Avoiding Babylon? Do you know him?
I forget what I call this thing. Like, I always have like a different name. Like,
Nickname?
yeah, not Avoiding Babylon, but I'll be like, like veering away from Edom or something.
Oh, right.
I'll never call it what it is because it's such a lame name.
I got the t-shirt. I got the t-shirt actually. I don't know where
Because
it
he
is.
came out, like he started going against like, the Novus Ordo isn't really Catholic. So like I started going, oh, you should change your name to Babylon Ahoy.
But
he's a good guy.
I like all those guys, and
I do too. I like everyone.
The E-drama is just, I think it's for clicks. I don't know.
I hope so.
I hope it's not real hatred, animosity that these people have, but
hate for what?
But so what's your general assessment of my Catholicism based on what you've seen of me?
I like it a lot.
What are 3 adjectives you would use to describe my approach?
Too much reading. Is that an adjective? I don't know.
You think I'm on the spectrum or?
No.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You got stuff like adjectives. I don't know.
You think I'm funny?
Clean.
Oh, yeah? Huh?
Washes his hair at least once a week.
No.
Forces himself to eat meat 6 days a week so that he can force himself not to eat meat on Fridays.
Okay, so you think I'm quirky?
I like it.
Okay.
I'm the same way. I'm like, you get to these like, you get to the situation. You're just like, how do I make this work for me?
Yeah, I mean, I'm friends with Sede Picante. He's a sedevacantist, but he's silly and funny.
I love that name.
Yeah,
I love that name. Is he really one, or is he just making fun of it?
He really is. But he's
for real or for fake?
For real. Yeah, he really is. He really is. I don't imagine how that's possible either. But I mean, it's absurd. It's absurd. But it's the same. It's just like when I talk with a Mormon, I can't believe they actually believe that, but whatever, it is what it is.
He's like all freaked out. The guy who's the prophet now, he's like, he was in Skull and Bones. It's like, have you listened to anything?
The whole House of Cards is unstable. It's built on a foundation of sand.
But I've been there, so it's hard to judge.
Did you yourself believe some crazy things during the course of your life?
Of course. I grew up a Jehovah's Witness and went through the ranks, as they say. And went door to door and did the whole bit, you know.
Are you officially disfellowshipped?
I'm not. I just faded away.
Oh. So I've got a friend, he's sort of a friend of a friend. I haven't seen him in decades, but he talked about that and he was pretty traumatized. It's a nasty,
it's the same thing. It's the same. No one talks to you anyway, and nobody really.
Okay.
It's like everyone you grew up with is just, they don't want anything to do with you, and you're like, okay.
So how did you come back to the church? Like, what happened?
Well, it was a long trip because maybe around my 30s, I was sort of like, I had read the Bible. I just kept reading the Bible, well, our Bible at least. And I, instead of like reading it through a, a structure, I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to read a book a day. And I'm just going to read a book a day, and that's going to be it. Like, like what's the longest book? Like Isaiah, what's it going to be? Like 4 Psalms, yeah. Well, Psalms 4.5 hours maybe. Isaiah's kind of close to that. Especially if you're paying attention. And I know you said like, oh yeah, I read the Bible like 10 times. I was listening to it. I'm like, oh, it's kind of like not the same thing. But yeah, okay.
Yeah. But, I was very open about that. It's just an osmosis thing. Just an osmosis thing. Soak it in.
But like for some reason, when I was a kid, I thought it didn't count unless I was like reading the words and I was like paying attention.
Yeah.
So I used to do that kind of thing, which it's kind of stupid now when I think about it. But I would read it, and I read it, and like I'm reading a book, and I'm going to read the book, and that's all. And then I got to a point where I was reading the Gospels, and I was like, I don't know if Jesus ever said he was God. Like I don't know if that's clear, but whoever wrote this gospel thinks he's God. Like it's like this weird instead of like me hopscotching between verse and verse and verse, like I was reading just the gospel itself. I'm like, this guy thinks he's God. Like, what's going on here? And Jehovah's Witnesses don't believe that Jesus is God. And so the book of John, I started just to like meditate on that. Like, in the beginning was the Word. Okay, so the Word was already in the beginning, or was he the beginning? It's like, well, it says in the beginning he was there. So he was there before the beginning because he was there at the beginning, So you're trying to like just make it make sense, because and the Word was with God. Okay, so he was with God. So maybe he's not God. And the Word was God. Oh, the Word was God. Or was a God. Okay, a God. And you're just trying to. This one was in the beginning with, you're just so like I came to this like idea that okay, well, Jesus is a special creation. He's outside of our creation. But there's nothing that was made. Nothing was made apart from him. So anything that was made, he made. And so I was like, so God used Jesus to create himself? Like, you're just trying to get through these like well, so he's a special kind of creation. And then you're like, well, when Jesus said, tear down this temple and I will raise it up. So like he's raising himself up. Like, how do you? So like, these are like the wheels are like grinding in your mind, You're just trying to like, how does this make sense? How does this? And so like for a while I was KGB only as, I don't know. I'm just joking.
Oh, did you happen to listen to?
I love Ruckman, by the way.
Who's that?
Ruckman, have you ever listened to that
No.
dude? He's crazy. I mean, you got to listen to some of his stuff. He's really great. He studied Zen.
Okay, cool.
And like, he's got this really weird idea, but I love it. I love people with weird ideas. I love people with. I mean, at the same time, I was really into like conspiracy theories too. So I did some work for Doyle Shamley, with Bill Cooper in the Hour of the Time, and I did some work for Tracy Twyman. I don't know if you know her work, the Merovingian mythos. She did the book called Clock Shavings that I edited, and she did a book on Baphomet, which I helped translate from Latin, not myself, but I found translators around here. And speaking of which, I helped edit a little bit of Jeremiah Bannister's book too.
Ah.
Yeah. Just a little bit, just like, hey, there should be a space here, like just that kind of editing. It's not like a big deal. But his sister, who recently passed away, may her memory be eternal, by the way, Phoebe, she helped him edit the final edits, and that's great.
Cool.
But anyway, like when I was around 40, I was turning 40. It was in 2018. I just went into a Catholic church and sat in the back, and I was like, hey, this feels like home, So
Cool. What about the Pope and Mary and all those usual hurdles for non-Catholics coming in?
I don't know. When I would say the Hail Mary, I would say, well, I don't get it, but I'm just going to say it anyway. Like that's
Yeah.
I didn't have and now I just love her.
Yeah.
Like, to like a degree that's like beyond, I would die for her in any, that kind of thing, so.
Amazing.
It's a weird,
that's the grace. That's the grace. I'm just wondering if you felt like you were at the end of your rope and you just submitted submitted your will to Christ, and if Christ built this church, if this is the church, then you're just going to accept
I'm kind of like, I'm glossing over a lot of things. So like I read Edgar Goodspeed's Bible. Like I went through a phase when I was like, this is, when I went after Pastor Russell and all the stuff, I went through every Watchtower from like 1781 to, like, I just started reading all of his stuff. I was like, okay, so you're making it up as you go along, and like you can just see it, the pyramids being measured, and you're like coming up with 1914, and 1914 was a big deal, and a lot of people held on to that. It's like way too much to go into, but what was it talking about? I don't remember.
I was asking you about your conversion, and it seems to me that it wasn't necessarily.
So I was starting reading Edgar Goodspeed's translation of the Bible.
Right.
So I started reading that, and he did a translation of the Apostolic Fathers, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll read that too. So I started reading the Apostolic Fathers. I'm like, huh? When was this written? Like, when was this written? It's like Ignatius of Antioch, and then you're going bishops, priests. Like, wait, that's too close. Like, this is supposed to be corrupted after 300. This is like way before 300. And so you're like, wait, this is like really this doesn't. Nothing seems right anymore. Everything you've been told, but you know how that goes.
Yeah. Were you happy? Were you happy and excited to discover that hidden in plain sight is the truth? Were you like thrilled by that?
Yeah, of course. But it's a tough decision to make when everyone in your family is different, And in a lot of ways, everyone's, they're good people. And it's sort of like, they're their own pope reading the book of the Bible in their own way. And that's the weird thing. It's like, I just let scripture say, yeah, well, I did too, and I had a totally different view from you, I think I made that comment in one of your videos,
Yeah.
Like, Protestants let scripture, interpret scripture. That's why they all agree on everything.
Yeah, well, one of your comments that's kind of cryptic is that everything is nothing. Basically, that's like that. You're attacking the atheist, I guess, or the materialist.
No, that's my full understanding of everything. Everything is nothing, basically.
Okay, you want to explain a little bit? Or does that spoil the joke?
Well, I mean, either either the Catholic truth is true or everything is nothing basically.
Okay, I
Like
see.
there's no other
Right.
like if I want to like veer one way or well then everything's nothing basically. Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
Sounds good.
Right, right, right,
And
right.
that's the way it is. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't reason your way out of anything. It's like you go to like the source, you start looking at the apostolic fathers, you keep going forward and forward and forward and like no, everything's nothing basically. Go back to
Mm-hmm.
the beginning. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
The chaos.
yeah, it's meaningless. And maybe it is. I don't know.
No.
Could be. Who knows? No.
No, we know there's
I hope
meaning.
not.
We know there's meaning. We know there's meaning. When I talk with the atheists, I always ask them, about their love for their mother or whatever. And it's not guaranteed that a mother will love a child or the child will love the mother, but I like what God says, like even if a mother could not love her own child, I will always love you, that kind of thing. It's like we know that love is real, and we know that meaning is real, and we also know that our choices matter and that free will is real. And no matter how much you want to convince yourself with fancy sophistries that
Fancy schmancy.
free will is not real, you know that it is. You know that it is. Everyone knows
No,
that
it
it
is. And
is.
I had no free will but to come on here tonight.
Yeah,
Against against my will.
yeah. I did kind of bully you a bit, just a bit.
There was a there's a Bob Dylan line, I was born here and I'll die here against my will.
Yeah, I wonder why they put two handles on your mug. That's a bit strange.
This is the Trappist monks
Oh, no
from
way.
France. And they put
Ah,
two handles on their mugs to remind you that to be children,
cute.
those you know, who want to enter into the kingdom of God must be
Yeah,
children.
yeah.
I know it's kind of stupid, but I do
No,
it anyway.
it's cute. Yeah. So, what about your love life? Did you get married, have babies, and all that?
I was born here and I'll die here
Against your
against
will.
my
And what are you
will.
drinking? What are you drinking tonight?
I know it seems like I'm moving, but I'm standing still. Hey, Bengali spice? You hear that?
Yeah, yeah. I drink that.
Celestial seasonings.
I drink that.
You do?
Yeah.
Like every time it's on sale, like 2 for $6, I just like go down goes right into the. And my wife, she like opens up the cupboard. She's like, "You got enough?" Like it's just like full.
Ah, so you do have a wife. Ah,
I forgot.
ah. So what do your kids say when they see all that Bengali spice? Ah.
They say, "Dad, get off the spice."
Ah.
Now you know I have kids. Wait a minute.
Dang it.
Dang it. Yeah, I got 4 kids.
Cool. Very cool. So are they raised Catholic? Is that important to
No,
you?
it's important to me, but no. They were all, of age of beyond age of reason when I came into the Catholic Church. So
Yeah.
I try and guide them, but that's about all I can do.
Yeah. You're happy with your local parish that you go to there, or what do you have to do for that?
Yeah, I don't care. I
You're
don't.
not a church snob.
Yeah, I'm not looking for I'm not looking for anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't get the feeling. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, but the reverence. It's like when I'm online, I'm like, if only I could find a reverent,
Novus
Latin
Ordo.
mass. No, if only I could find a reverent Latin mass, I could just, like I always like throw it the other way. Every time I go, I'm just like, I don't know about this stuff.
You want to find that unicorn TLM, man. The
Yeah, can I
unicorn
find one?
TLM.
Just one? Actually, all the TLMs I've ever been to, like, I haven't been to one where someone hasn't said like, "Yeah, this is great." This, before vitamin two ruined everything. All right.
Uh, so you've seen a lot of my content. Do you think I'm too hard on the rad trads?
Absolutely not. You should be harder. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Well, now that I've got my co-host here, Phil, full-time co-host, I think we'll do a better job.
Well, yeah.
Haley's laughing her eyes out. Her tears are streaming down her face. She's saying, "I almost missed Phil." And so
Oh my goodness.
she's here to moderate your comments. She's gonna give me feedback on
Oh,
everything
good.
you say, and look it up and check it
I
twice
hope
to
so.
see if you're naughty or nice this year.
Yeah, she doesn't want to look.
So that's pretty cool. So what do you think about my friend what's his name there? The guy who Pope explains, Michael Lofton.
I like him, but like, no, I like him a lot. I don't dislike him. I like him, and I think I understand what he's doing, and maybe I'd be the same way. I mean, do you remember when Taylor Marshall and Gordon Peterson, whatever his name is?
Tim Gordon?
Yeah, Tim Gordon. Sorry.
Gordon Peterson.
You remember, like, back in the day,
Yeah,
when they were like, actually, like, they're like, well, you can't look at it this way. You got to look at it that way. And then one day, like, all of a sudden, I got like, this is when I stopped subscribing to them. They're like, that's it. It might have been the Pachamama stuff, whatever, but they're like, that's it. I'm through apologizing for this book. Like, wait a second. Who asked you to, first of all? Second of all, you think like Pope Francis is like, oh, wait, these two idiots on the internet aren't going to apologize for me anymore? It's like that's like, okay, you're tired of, whatever. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, God help us all. It's
I don't, whatever. I mean, you can't pay attention to any of it.
no. It's insane. It's insane. And then I don't know if you're on Twitter. Are you on Twitter? Catholic Twitter?
I won't. I haven't done Twitter. I try every once in a while. I'm on Telegram with the Wolf
okay.
Pack.
Okay.
With the Wolf Pack.
Yeah, I'm on there. I'm on there. I
checked it out. You haven't been on the Wolf Pack.
Cool.
Have you ever been on the Wolf Pack?
The big boys in the Wolf Pack.
Yeah, the Paleocrat Wolf Pack.
Oh, is that his thing over there?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not part of that. I should look it up.
You should.
The Wolf Pack.
Okay. The jokes just keep going.
Did you watch my? You did watch my interview with Jeremiah White there.
I didn't.
Oh, you didn't watch it?
I didn't watch it.
I should request that he legally change his last name to White, just to
so I
have to change my show notes there.
I did something where I was like you were talking to Angela
Erickson,
and she brought it up, and you're like, yeah, I interviewed him. And I was like, oh yeah, I gotta watch that, and I never did.
I'm trying to remember Angela Erickson. I think I liked her. Just let me look her up so I can see her face. I remember people by their face more than anything else.
Yeah.
Angela Erickson.
She's like half robot, half woman.
Oh yeah.
Whereas I'm
live here. Whoops.
Half man, all robot.
She's cool. Yeah, you know how I discovered her? I discovered her on Kev Non Traddy Cath channel.
You're like Quincy Jones, like you're discovering people.
Hey, Mikey Joe says, Phil.
Hey, Mikey Joe.
How are we doing, boys? We're not doing boys. Oh, how are we doing, comma boys? I should miss the comma there, but
anymore.
We're not doing boys anymore. We're heteronormative now. Sorry.
Although we do have a blessing for us waiting.
So yeah, breh. He says breh. That's Hebrew for something I don't know. Breh. So anyway, I'm just being silly, Mikey Joe. I'm just being silly. That's my trademark. That's my clickbait, right? Come and watch Silly Dave be silly, and it works. It works on some Latinos, former JW Latinos. It works like a charm.
Yeah,
So he says no.
it's like crack to a white rat, in a laboratory.
No doubt it is thanks to your spontaneous gay blessing. 3 exclamation points.
Yeah.
And he says he admits publicly that he's Latino. He says, I am Latino.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I don't know if we can bless Latinos yet. We'll have to wait for the.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gay, yes.
We need a more liberal pope to break that ground, to bless the Latinos. I did go to a Latino mass here in Montreal once, and it was like, wow, it was loud.
Never.
There were arms, hands in the air, and like jumping and screaming, and like, there was a piñata, and it was just crazy. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but
I was in the back row when I was first attending mass, and there was like these Latinos with me here, and we're just like, okay. They came to the Our Father, and then all of a sudden, like they're holding my hands and raising them up. I'm like, I guess we're doing this now. Okay, like whatever.
Spanish mass hits different, yeah, for sure. It was a bit uncomfortable for me, but it was good. I'm British stock, so it's all stiff upper lips kind of stuff, But
and they were all looking at me like, "Yeah, you got to do it." And I'm like, "Okay, I guess I got to do it. Let's do this thing."
Let go of all your inhibitions, man.
I don't care. Whatever.
We're of a certain age now. We're done caring.
I'm just like, these people like, you can't stand orange, whatever, or however you spell it, whatever. It's like, they're doing the blessing. Like I wouldn't do it, but like if anyone does it, I don't care. Like
I do it. I do it in rebellion.
You do that when you do the
I do it in a rebellion against the rad trads. That's why I do it.
Oh man, I gotta start. No. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna turn around.
Oh, there you go.
Back.
Get up on the altar. Get up on the altar.
No, back toward the priest. Toward the back.
With your alb, pull out your alb from your backpack there,
and my ABBA album.
Bring your incense
ball
there.
I'm actually because in Cambridge they're kind of like liberal, So like I was behind this one lady where she had like an LGBT rights T-shirt on when she was receiving Eucharist. And I was like, oh, whatever. I don't care. Do I get the Eucharist too? Okay, good. Thank you.
Did you do the skull and bones handshake with the priest to get the Eucharist? Good.
I did the lion spawn. Like, the twist. Yeah, speaking of which, I did a lot of like theophacy stuff too when I was doing that research for Hour of the Time and Tracy Twyman. So Aleister Crowley and all that stuff. I've had too much of that stuff in my life. Just researching it is just so lame.
My new friend Mikey Joe, is that his real name, by the way? He says, I'm new to this channel.
He likes a girl, by the way. Believe it or not. He got engaged.
Oh, cool. Congratulations. He's saying, I'm new to this channel. What's
to a girl?
He said, what's it about? So I'll let you answer that question.
It's about.
What's it about?
What's it about?
He says he's married. So he's married with a girlfriend and a fiance.
Oh,
so that's pretty cool.
Hey,
that's
you got married?
Cool.
Congratulations, Mike and Joe.
Polygamist, a married fiance. Just kidding.
Did he get married?
That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. I mean, I don't know who to take seriously anymore.
Oh man, I wish you would have told me. I would have sent him something.
Send him an LGBTQ T-shirt.
Well, I knew him back in of course. It goes without saying.
Did you like my T-shirt? Because a lot of people didn't get the joke.
Absolutely, I love that. You're like, Satan respects. Yeah, but no one got the pronouns part because
I
all they could do
know,
was
I
pay
know,
respect.
I know, I know.
But I guessed it.
You figured it out.
Yeah, because
So
you said it.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm here wearing my Satan respects pronouns t-shirt.
yeah, I had to explain it, mansplain it or
What's
whatever.
what's that t-shirt about?
Sometimes I don't know what it is about you. Sometimes you sound Canadian, but can't figure out what it is.
I,
So
I had to process this.
my friend Mikey Joe is asking what's the channel about. So explain to him what my channel's about.
Your channel?
Yeah.
It's about Christian love and
Nice. Thank you.
just loving everyone,
That's
no matter
nice.
where they are.
Do you think I'm a libtard or
Absolutely not, because like you'll be like, hey, by the way, what you believe in sucks. Like you'll do that.
push
Like you
back a
don't
bit?
just like
I'll push
you
back
don't
a bit.
actually like just go like, oh yeah, that's great. Like actually, your reincarnation makes me feel sick to my stomach, but you know what? Let's have a great,
Love in.
there's nothing against you, but I love that. I
That's the
love it.
Canadian way. Sorry.
Yeah.
So it was we watch Canadian not Wheel of Fortune, the other one, Family Feud, and if you haven't watched it, you should watch it. The Family Feud Canada version, okay? And one of the questions was
Name
one of
a duck that hasn't been on CVS.
but the one of the questions was how likely on a scale of 1 to 10 are you to apologize if someone bumps into you? And the number one answer was 10
I'm
out of
sorry.
10. 10 out of 10. Like the Canadians will always say sorry if someone bumps into them.
Sorry. I'm
Sorry,
sorry.
sorry about that.
Hey, I went to Montreal once back in the day,
Cool.
and I don't remember what year it was, but it was before I was, I was still a Jehovah's Witness at the time, but like I was really into punk music growing up, and I was in bands all my life.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah. I remember
it
you
was like,
mentioned that. You did mention that.
yeah.
Yeah, cool.
So I went. Mike Watt was doing like a book signing there for lyrics that he wrote for the Minutemen. You ever listen to Minutemen at all? Or no?
I've heard of them. I haven't heard them. Good?
Yeah, of course. D Boone, George Hurley, Mike Watt. But and I played with people in Pedro, and I actually was in bands with them too. So just punk bands.
Cool.
But yeah, I went over there to see him. On the way home, this is the best part, right? You guys in Canada, you guys are horrible. I'm driving home, all right, in Canada. It's midnight, black because it's after the show, everything's been played. No street lights. It's snowing. No, I mean it's snowing. The reflectors. I don't know where the reflectors are. I don't even know if I'm on the street, right? So I'm driving, and I'm like, what is going on? All of a sudden, it stops snowing above me, but it's snowing all around me. And I'm like, what is going on? And I look out the window and I see this black triangle above me. And I'm like, okay, I got to pull over, go to, like, this is weird, So I pull over, and like, I don't even know why, like, you can see like a mound where the division is on the highway, so I pull over into like some side thing, and I sleep until the morning. I wake up, still no plows out, but you can see like you can see like the mound where the division is in the streets. Like you can just, man, it was such a weird, man,
Trippy.
so weird.
Trippy.
Yeah.
That's very scary. Very scary stuff. Dangerous.
Canada sucks.
Yeah.
Oh wait, here's another story.
Okay.
Going into Montreal, right? I'm trying to get over there, and it's like there's this huge bridge in Montreal. And I don't like the bridge. I'm like, I don't like this, man. This isn't good. I don't like it. I don't like the way it looks. I don't like anything about it. It's like I'm about to get on the bridge. Right at the last pull off, I'll just pull off. And so I ended up at a gas station. And I'm like, is there any other way to get to Montreal
The tunnel.
besides this stupid bridge, right? And the dude in the gas station goes, "It's the only way, eh? It's an island, eh?" I was like, "What? Like, it's the only way, eh?" Like, what? You guys talk like that? What? I thought that was just like the Mackenzie brothers, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I never encountered that in Quebec. In Quebec, that's very rare. It's very rare. More, I thought you'd tell a story about some rude francophone or something.
No, he goes, "It's the only way, eh?" Like, what? It freaked me out. I didn't actually think people talk like that. I thought it was just like a joke.
Oh,
You know?
this is hilarious. My new friend Mikey Joe says, on a scale from Father James Martin to Brother Peter Diamond, how Catholic are you? So that's an excellent question. I'm assuming it's to you, but I'll answer it
Uh,
myself too.
I'm going to say 3 points below Robert Diamond, his real name.
Is that his real name?
Yeah, I think so.
Why would you change it to Peter? I guess because.
I think it's his monk name.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I am not worthy to be called.
Yeah.
Look, I have led people into so much heresy in my life. I'm not worthy of any name.
I'm laughing at what Mikey Joe said. He might be rivaling your sense of humor here. He says, T Marsh,
Yeah.
T Marsh,
Yes,
can't watch Sesame Street without suffering a traumatic episode. So
true.
yeah. So for me, I mean, quite frankly, I mean, given the choice between Father James Martin and Brother Diamond, I'll go with Father James Martin every day of the week, 100%. I'll just snuggle up as close as I can get to him on that scale. So that's how.
I got these, you know, the Magnificat
Yeah.
books,
Yeah.
where you can get for like the daily mass.
Yeah.
I got it one day. I'm like, I opened it up and it's James Martin did the
Way.
He did like a thing for it.
Yeah.
So I canceled my subscription.
Oh, are you serious?
I bought a missal,
Okay.
like an everyday missal.
And the
St.
introduction
Paul.
was by Father James Martin.
The whole thing. And no, wait, here we go. So I'm like, this is it. I'm never gonna do this again. I'm just gonna have this, full thing. So I go into the mass and there's Father James Martin there.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
Yeah. And I said, okay.
You got the message now?
I got it.
Okay. You're on board.
Give your money to Magnificat.
Is he the guy ahead of you getting communion that had the LGBTQ shirt on?
No.
Oh.
But he
that would have been a good story. That would have been a good story.
I don't want to tell you the father who did that. But you know what? He is the most loving person. Like when I was coming into the church, he put me in RCIA because he didn't know. So he's like, "Oh, you think you got baptized? Where'd you get? Whatever. I don't know." And so he wrote to Socorro, New Mexico, was where I was baptized, which is the oldest church in North America.
Really?
Yeah.
Surprising.
Yeah. And I think it was like 15 something.
Wow.
Is when it was founded. But so they wrote him back that I was baptized March 13th, confirmed December 11th of the same year.
Wow.
Which was like weird, for them. Because like usually you don't get confirmed to your like age of reason. But so I went up to him like, okay, so he goes, Phil, he's like, this is your home. This has always been your home, which was like the most loving thing I've ever heard anyone say to me, But he's very permissive of everyone and everything. But like still, like I love that guy. I mean, I love him forever. But so like, okay, so what do I have to do to receive communion? And he's like, well, you just have to like, confess your sins and then you can receive communion. Like, I'm 40 years old, That's
a lot of sin.
You did the same thing though.
Yeah.
Because you were about to like.
Yeah.
So like I'm there with like a notebook. All right. At the end of it, like, yeah, we did face to face. What else could you do?
You did your first confession with Father James Martin?
No, Father, that's another father.
Oh, I was picturing Father James Martin as you were telling the story, so it was a different father. Oh,
It
okay.
could be though. It could be.
Okay. You're not revealing who it was. Okay.
No, by the end of it, it was like he looked at me and he's just like, "You did all that?" Like, yeah, sorry.
Wow. Amazing Grace, man.
I don't know. No, I don't like that song at all. I
No,
hate
no,
that song.
I'm reappropriating that phrase for the Catholics. That's our phrase. It's not their phrase.
But I remember like doing the confession, and then so he's like, "So why didn't you receive communion?" Because like that day I didn't receive communion because like when I went back to the pew, I was like, "Oh, you forgot to say this."
Uh,
So like a ton more to say,
uh,
and then he's like, "Is that in a notebook?" I'm like, "He's like, yeah, bring that notebook and go receive communion." It's like just pages and pages.
That's cute. So yeah, I mean it's hard
And I
to
probably didn't get everything. Like how can you get everything? You can't.
well that's why in the typical formula we say and all those sins that I've forgotten or omitted or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah. So have you done a few big general confessions since that time?
Once, about 5 years later, because of like connecting with people. They're like, "Do you remember this?" I'm like, "Oh,
Uh,
so you have to go to that."
yeah.
But
It's
you know
pretty
how it
cool.
goes.
It's
I mean,
pretty cool.
you were 42, so
No, I was 39 when I entered.
well, I was too. I was turning 40.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I was 39. I was like, it was December 28th, which is coming up, when I received communion. So,
It's pretty amazing.
but same age. I was like, that was the weird part about your story. I was like, yeah, I'm the same way. It's like really weird.
Yeah. Were you ever a Satanist?
No, no, but I was never an atheist either. I
Oh.
remember growing up when I was even before we were Jehovah's Witnesses. I was like, Dad, are you an atheist? Like, because I heard about it in school, and I was like, no, I'm not an idiot. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, it's like a weird thing that like in my head, my father's a scientist, a solar astronomer, so it's you know I just thought he would be an atheist because he was a scientist. It's like, no, I'm not a moron. Like, what? Who would think there was no God? Like, what? It'll just happen? Like, what's wrong with you? It's like, sorry, I'm just a kid.
That's cute. Well, it seems to be growing, the atheism and up here in Canada anyway, there's a lot of it.
Now,
There's a lot of it.
there's a lot of scientists that I know that aren't atheists. Like,
Okay.
tons.
Okay.
I think I know more scientists that aren't atheists than are.
Okay.
I think they're just louder.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of
They're just like,
course.
I don't want to think about it. I don't want to like talk about it. I think that's what it is.
And I don't want to say bye-bye to my favorite sins. That's maybe part of it too.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Like telling jokes all the time, and
Is that a sin?
I don't know.
No.
I hope it is.
Well, you may have heard me say on multiple occasions that one of my least favorite parts of the New Testament is where Paul says no silly talk
Yeah.
because I want to do my silly talk. It's fun. But some of my Catholic friends are like, no, no, David, you're allowed to do silly talk, but only within these constraints and parameters. I'm like, okay, cool.
I mean, if I lived in a monastery, if I did,
Yeah.
would I do silly talk? No. And I would love to be there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
but I'm living in this world, and everything is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Everything around me is ridiculous. Like, what do you want me to do?
Except for that giant red and white CVS logo behind your head. That's the one thing that's like...
No, that's my love to you. And I trademarked it just for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I gotta show this little heart. Why is the heart so square shaped?
Hurt?
It's hurt. It's a hurt heart. Hurt heart.
The succulent, whatever it is. Dude, I love that interview in French with you.
Oh yeah. Ah.
Oh man, it's like my favorite interview.
Cool. Thank you. What do you like about it?
I don't understand a word of it. That's what I love. Like most of your interviews annoy me.
Oh.
Not you, but like, you know.
Those annoying guests.
You know. But I just,
what about the solo stuff that I do? The solo stuff reading from it's
like even your stupid rants.
Yeah, the stupid rants
are not even rants. Like, why would you call this a rant? You're just like talking.
Okay.
Like, why would you call it a rant?
Rant. It's not that pejorative. It's just talking, you know.
Yeah.
Rambling, ranting, raving.
Yeah, rambling is a good one.
But did you listen to the pros and cons of sedevacantism?
Of hitchhiking?
No, my pros and cons of sedevacantism, where I pretend to be a sedevacantist at first. If you haven't heard it, you should go and listen to it. It's pretty fun.
I haven't seen it. I will watch it.
I spoiled the punchline. I spoiled it for you. And there's another one I did. I did another one called "Why I No Longer Consider Myself a Young Earth Creationist."
Why?
And I'm not going to tell you. You got to discover it. You've barely.
Do you at this moment consider yourself a young Earth?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I do too. I mean, I don't like the people who argue for it. You know.
You don't like the people who what?
Argue for it.
Oh, I see. The Kent Hovens and all that.
No, I like Kent Hovind a lot.
Did you watch my interview with Kent Hovind?
I think he's fun. No.
Did you listen to that? Oh,
I didn't even know you did have
that's one of the best.
I'm working my way through.
Okay.
This is like
baby steps.
A billion. Like, I've only been through 58
out of 600 or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, a million.
Yeah. So I do
like, there was one
that.
I hate this guy. I hate him so much. And like Matthew Murdoch, I think is his name. Then all of a sudden he's like, "Yeah, I'm a Catholic." I'm like, "Oh,
he's not so bad. He's not so bad.
It's okay. I guess I'll let him slide."
Well, his journey isn't going so well right now.
What the heck is wrong with you? He's like, "Why would I believe anything at all? Why anything is anything?" It's like, oh. Shut up!
You should do it. You should make your own YouTube channel. It's just reactions to my episodes.
Those are pretty good though.
That's fun. So that's cool. Did you ever?
I've always like kind of pause where you put like here's my wife.
Well, because you know why I do that. You know why I do that. You know why I do that, right? Because I got two cameras. I got two cameras, one for you and one for the audience. See, that's centered for you. That's centered for the audience. What are some of my other quirks and things?
So I'm like, he's gonna look at what I'm doing right now, and I'm like, some creep looking at his wife, like, wait, pause, stop, pause, stop, pause, pause, stop. Like, hey. That blur is pretty good
looking. Haley says a Phil reaction channel would be awesome. Smiley face. Yeah.
No, yeah, she's just trying to encourage me.
Mikey Joe says I am YEC. All else is kissing up to Stephen Hawking's decrepit, atheistic, disabled, pedophilic ass. I couldn't agree with you
What?
more. I couldn't agree with you more, Mikey Joe. Yeah, I've always had a,
Was he a pedophile?
well, apparently he was on Epstein Island, whatever. You know,
Oh, come on.
what happens on Epstein Island stays on Epstein Island. But anyway, I've always, I studied,
David Ross would know.
I studied, as you know, I studied physics, and I always had a great disdain for Stephen Hawking, and a lot of these geniuses are pretty stupid when it comes down to
Why?
why what?
Why would you have disdain for him?
Because he's a moron. He's a moron. He's
Is
stupid.
he?
He's stupid. Yeah. Like, this is what I'm trying to tell you. Like, a lot of people are very bright in one particular academic thing, but when it
I don't
comes to
know.
actual common sense, or like, like your dad said, it's like, I'm not a moron, right? It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, but Stephen Hawking is a moron. I'm sorry, he is a moron. Hopefully he converted before he died. But people give too much respect to someone who has academic credentials.
Oh, this is David Ross. I'm not allowed to entertain the fact that you're in hell.
No, I can't. I have to hope that he converted. I have
You
to. I
must.
have to.
The false,
I'm not being
the false
saccharine.
David
I'm not being
Ross
I'm not being
humility.
fake. I'm not being fake when I say that I can't despair of anyone's salvation. I can't, and I don't want to, and I want him to go to heaven. But I mean, what he
You
was.
don't want him to go to heaven?
No, I want him to go to heaven. I don't want
Okay.
him to be lost. But Stephen Hawking, when I look at his body of work, it's atheistic nonsense. Like, so I can I can judge the objective grave matter of his lies. I can't judge his heart, right? That's the difference.
Right.
So, what does Haley say here? Mikey Joe, tell us how you really feel. Tell us, tell us how you really feel. And then she says, Neil deGrasse Tyson is a prime example. Yeah, it's like too much respect on this guy, man. It's like these are a bunch of morons.
He's all right. I mean, come on.
Hey, can you play us a tune before we wrap up? Because I really have to go.
Nope.
Please, just a little chord, one chord. It's not working. It's not working. It's not coming through. Nothing's coming through. Nothing. Can you sing while you're doing it? Because I can't hear anything. Nothing's coming through. It's weird. I don't know if you're trolling me now, or if you. Nothing came through. I couldn't hear anything. Strange. Do you sing?
Yeah.
Try singing, please.
There's a light that shines progressively bright, but the switch is never on. Hear that?
It's strange because your voice is coming through a little bit, but the guitar won't come through. It's strange. Tell me in the live chat if you can hear his guitar when he plays. I can't hear it. When you listen back, you're going to hear it's getting filtered out for some reason. Nothing. No one can hear the guitar. Haley says she can't hear it. It's really weird. It's really weird.
Yeah, well, it was horrible playing. So.
No, I'm sure it was excellent. I wish I could have heard it. So, Mikey Joe says church fathers greater than modern scientists for sure. Yeah. So, amazing meeting you. I'm sure we're going to talk again. You're
we'll never talk again.
You're going to be my co-host, my weekly.
Well, I mean, I'll
on.
I'll put stupid things in the comment section for you.
I'm sure you will. Yeah, I'm sure you will. I give a little heart every time, and so eventually you're gonna have like a little badge of honor on your profile name. Once you get enough hearts, then you get like the most hearted guy. Right now, right now I think the top guy is Daniel Drazinovich. I think he has the most love hearts.
Oh, that guy's an idiot.
Yeah, well, soon you're gonna be the idiot. If you keep going, you're gonna be that idiot.
Man, I don't want to be that.
So, very nice to meet you. Any closing thoughts, words of wisdom, or jokes?
Nope.
Okay, just a guy, just some guy.
Everything is nothing, basically.
Either that
I don't
or
like it.
Christ is King.
Of course.
So great to meet you.
Wait,
Yeah, go ahead.
wait a second. You always ask, can you give me a prayer?
Yeah.
Well, good Lord, I hope.
Do you cringe when the Protestants pray over me?
Yes,
Oh,
it's horrible.
oh.
Like, I love the way like you bow your head, you like close your eyes,
I
like
do the sign of the cross.
he's like, can you do it, Our Father? Can you just like do one Our Father?
You want to see like
And please let his voice ring out.
I felt bad. One guy did a nice sincere prayer for me, and he started doing like prosperity gospel prayers for me, and like that I would have like money and success and all that stuff. I'm like, holy cow, I've never had anyone. I said, I'll be sure to send you 10% of my earnings. I
And
said,
may his likes ever increase.
I seriously never had anyone pray that way for me before, and I was a little bit uncomfortable
And
with
may
it.
his subscriptions never.
I was a little bit uncomfortable with that, but nice guy, very sincere. You know, these guys are really nice. But I like it. I like to get the prayers from people of all.
How come I didn't get the Gaza thing?
Oh, you
You
want
like
you want all the classic Davisms, the Davidisms?
Yeah. Like I didn't get the Gaza thing. I didn't get nothing. Like you just like,
well,
you suck.
This is highly unorthodox. This particular interaction we're having is very unorthodox.
If you want my view of Gaza and
No.
Israel,
No.
Okay.
Cool burn. Yeah, sure. Tell me if you have something to say about it.
I do. Neither side is acting very Christian.
Yeah. I agree. The solution is Jesus Christ. That's what I always say. Who is Anthony Rodriguez? Who is that? He just showed up.
Yeah, Anthony's great.
Is it you?
No, he's a Puerto Rican Jew.
Yeah, right. So, is it true that you spell your name with a Z or with an S? Or is that top secret? Oh, you're Gonzalez. You're not Rodriguez. Oh, okay. Because I know that the Portuguese and the
You think Rodriguez and Gonzalez is the same name?
No, I got confused. Sorry, excuse me. That's the racial prejudice I have against the Latinos. Please forgive me. But
well, that's very white of you.
But no, because one of my landlords used to be Rodriguez, and he actually became my godfather when I entered the church. He was my godfather, so I can't be that racist. I can't be that racist. So no, I love the Latino people. My wife always bugs me that's my people. Like those are my people, you know, because I'm Catholic and she hates the Catholic Church, and so she just sees like all the Latinos like they're Catholic and that I'm clumped in with them, you know. And instead,
I like the Orthodox Church a lot.
Yeah, I like it too. I'm sad that they're in schism.
It's probably my favorite church.
Ah. But you didn't consider it as an option.
Well, how could I? I'm half Irish, half Spanish. It's like I'm Latin, man. Like there's nothing I can do about it. It's like, yeah, join our why? I'm not Greek. I'm not anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I believe, like Jesus called all nations, you know, not to become one,
Right.
but to praise him all individually, you know.
Yeah.
I don't believe in this like Americanism where we can all just be
melting
one.
pot.
Yeah, I don't believe in that.
Mikey
Joseph,
I
believe that we can all come together
coexist.
In peace.
Yeah.
But like I think there should be an individuality praise between the Latin, between the Greek, Slavonic, Chaldean, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus doesn't want just praise in one voice. He wants all nations to praise him.
Absolutely. Your friend Mikey Joe says, can I ask a serious, extremely controversial question? And I said, yes. No. I'm just waiting for him to ask. You got about 15 seconds. I'll give you 15 seconds to ask the question.
15 seconds.
10 seconds. Count them down. Count them down, Philip. Count them down with your cartoon voice.
9.5, 9 3/4, 876543021.
Oh, Haley Louie is moderating the chat. She's literally counting down. Which, oh, okay, he got to 7, then he answered. Which is better, Gregorian or Ambrosian chant? Ooh.
For me,
Yeah.
I'm Latin.
Okay.
Gregorian. What about you?
I wouldn't recognize Ambrosian. I don't know if I've heard it.
Well, you know, Ambrosian actually has a little bit of gelatin and a little bit of cream, and
That sounds better.
some little bit of fruit floating in the middle.
So great meeting you. I hate to leave you. I mean, I do have my standard questions that I haven't asked you yet, but that's for part 2. I hope you come back. I'm gonna force you to come back. I'm gonna hound you till you do come back. But I gotta go hang out with the wife because we're starting a brand new jigsaw puzzle. If you know anything about me, you know that the wife and I would like to do jigsaw puzzles in the kitchen. So I gotta go and prepare that and make popcorn and all that sort of important stuff. So
you make me sick.
But I don't believe in reincarnation, so should counterbalance.
Okay.
Counterbalance your
you got
nausea.
that. You got that.
So thank you.
Well, you know
so
what?
much.
You know what I believe.
Yes.
I believe that the good parts of you go to heaven. The bad parts of you go to hell, and the parts that are in purgatory go back to earth.
Okay.
To be separated. You know.
Are you joking or?
I think that's in the Council of Trent.
Okay.
Subsection 88.
Subsection 66.6.
Always 66.6.
Yeah.
I love that. That was one of my favorite. You're like, what Protestant you go? Oh yeah, it says here you guys have like 66.6 books. Excellent.
I'm hanging up now, Phil. I'm literally hanging up on the
the
advice of Haley Lully. She said you have to shut it down. Phil will not stop talking. Monophonic music FTW. What the heck does that mean? Monophonic music FTW. Anyway, that's your homework assignment. Figure out what that means and tell me next time. God love you. Take good care. And we'll talk soon, okay? Bye-bye. Bye, Phil. Thanks for coming. Thanks a lot. We'll talk